Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the World Education Summit here in Dubai. This is the Education Talk Show powered by Learning Matters Educational Group. We have a wonderful guest with us this morning. What is your name, gentlemen? Can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Robert Thorn. I'm currently the principal in Belvedere British School in Abu Dhabi. I also have a slowly unfrosting non-profit organization that is kicking in at the moment. You know?
Really?
I
That's
put it
exciting.
to sleep when I got this job, but then
tell us a little bit more about that, if you don't mind.
Okay, so yeah, well, the non-profit organization is called Developing Real Learners, and
wow, very nice.
And it's about helping. Basically, the aim at the end is that every child should be able to understand themselves as a learner. So what learning powers or attributes that they have, like curiosity, collaboration, and explicitly be able to develop those things on their own. That's the goal.
Very nice.
Right?
Very good.
Because in the end of school, they go off somewhere, and my experience of university, you go there and nobody cares about you.
Right.
So they've got to be able to do that. And a lot of it revolves around being, mentioning curiosity, mentioning collaboration, looking at collaboration, investing a lesson or two in saying, well, are there different types of problems that we can solve? Well, there are different ways of collaborating to solve it. You know, curiosity, asking the right questions, being an inquirer, being able to find the right questions, and being what I call heart-minded, which is compassion, which is very nice, and empathy, which is very nice, and caring, which is strong and tough, because you have to be determined enough about the things you care about to solve the problems.
Wow.
So, and there's about 14 of these different things: anti-fragility, open-mindedness, you know, this sort of. So, and it's saying, as a teacher in any school, you don't have to buy in lots of technology, or maybe you can't, or have swanky programs or that. In your small, tiny school, you can take an educational approach which helps kids to develop these things by inserting and identifying and creating the opportunities within your lesson. As I was a science teacher, so as I'm teaching science, I'm also helping all of the kids to be able to communicate effectively, to be able to work together, to be able to be open-minded, have principles, to be able to question things, and all of these things. And you know, I got kids coming to my class and saying, like, I hate science. You know, at the beginning of the year, I don't like science. All right, well, come along. And in the end, they're saying, I love the lessons. Yeah. And I say, all right, so you love science? They say, no, we don't like science, you know, but we love the lessons. All right, so I got a group together of older kids and said, what is this about? And they said, well, what it's about is that we're feeling more confident about what we do here, which is learning. Okay? And so in the subjects we love, we're actually doing better because we're implementing it in those subjects. Those teachers were also doing the same thing as me. And then the wonderful thing was that they all passed. Yeah.
That sounds very admirable. Sounds like a really great program.
So
I wish you well in your future as you're working with more teachers and students doing it. That's wonderful. So there's a lot of exciting things happening in education, but there's also a lot of challenges. What do you think are some of the challenges that are looming in front of us right now?
So I demanded, even though I'm principal, I demanded to teach year 7. So that's sort of in the middle of the, you know, the phase. And I asked them the other day. I said, "How many of you are addicted to screens?" And about 2/3 of the kids said, "Yeah, I think I am." Yeah. And I said, "How many of you would prefer not to be?" Yeah. Well, would that mean us giving up everything? Screen? No, but you're not addicted. You're in control. You can do it when you want. Yeah. 2/3. We don't like being addicted to the screens. And I was just staggered that they had that sort of awareness.
Right, yeah, you know? That is.
But you could see, there's being aware of it in your head, but then there's, when you say it out, you know, it's like when you've got a question or you have you think of a good idea, and when you tell someone it sounds stupid, it's the opposite of that.
Right.
They've got this feeling, but it's not. It's implicit.
Yeah.
And I have a load of old traditional British educators who I've talked to, who say, "Oh, I do all of this development implicitly."
Right.
That's rubbish. That's the kids have got to understand it implicitly.
Right.
And when it's explicitly. So when it's explicit, you can see it, and when you can see it, and when you can describe it, you can start to control it. You can start to improve it. You can develop it.
No, I agree, and I think that there's several American teachers who have that same philosophy that you have. But
absolutely.
Given the fact that times are changing, education is going to be looking very different in the 20 or 30 years from now. Yeah. What do you think that's going to look like, and what would the teacher role be?
Well, inshallah, it will be if people listen to these ideas, and it's not just my ideas, loads of people's ideas. We will have children who understand who they are and understand how to reach their potential, their current potential now.
Yeah.
And whatever happens, whether it's nuclear winter or if it's technological paradise, it's going to be better if those kids are aware of themselves as learners.
Yeah.
And which would you rather, in any situation, someone who knows about themselves, knows how to develop themselves, knows how to adapt, knows how to look after each other, has good principles, or someone who isn't really aware of those things, or they might be aware of, but we don't really know. So we're going hell for leather trying to raise the potential of technology.
Right.
Why aren't we doing that with our kids? It's a crime. It's actually, getting a little bell going that this is criminal. Schools are actually damaging kids or retarding kids.
Right.
And it's not fair. And it's so easy to change. It's just like quitting something like smoking or something like that. It's easy to do, but it's not easy to do.
Right. No. I think that's well put. I mean, it was, as you were talking before about the whole addiction to screens, whether it's any kind of thing that we're doing more than we want to, the awareness, if it's there, it's important. So I commend you for what you're doing, both as a leader and the fact that you still want to be a teacher in this setting is wonderful too.
Yeah.
Great to meet you.
Yeah.
What are any final thoughts that you have about education, Dubai, anything you'd like to offer to us?
All right. We've got to get a hold of the money people and stop them.
Yeah.
or direct them, or start them. We've got to have a fairer world.
Yes.
And, maybe if we help our kids to realize their potential now, all of them, so they get used to realizing their potential as they grow in potential, maybe they will be able to sort this big mess that we've got. I mean, we've done pretty well, I suppose, for, like what we are, bags of water and phones and things. But, we've got to give them a chance to get themselves out of some of the messes we're in.
I completely agree. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate your time, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
I'll see you soon.
Okay. Yeah, sounds wonderful.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.